Well, it's finally here. The Last of Us 2023. We're kicking it off. Here it is. And I think this is one of the best video game adaptations ever, and I will die on this hill. Best adaptation that we've seen. I think the video game curse is broken, but let's dive into that and let's really take in this first episode of The Last of Us. If you've played on the PS3, you know how gut-wrenching this story is gonna be. As a father, the first few scenes was like, ugh. But as a video game player, from also playing it, it's like, it's gonna happen. And it's like, it's like seeing it multiple, it's like, let's get into that. Guys, so we are welcomed back by Papa of the Year, Pedro Pascal, playing Joe Miller, and the chick from Game of Thrones that nobody really remembers, but she's playing Ellie. At the end, so skipping ahead. At the end of it, we really get to see kind of their little dynamic that's gonna play out. But that chick from Game of Thrones, I think, is just as good as Ellie as Ashley Johnson from the video game. Which, by the way, she has a couple cameos coming up in a few episodes. So, Last of Us series, started Sunday on HBO, and a lot of it is, if you're a diehard fan of the video games, let that go now. There's some new information on the backstory that we're getting on this, and the TV show is not canonically it's not canon, and so it follows along the same basis of the video game, but we're getting some new information of like how the fungus started. In this, we find out in the 60s, there's no way the fungus can grow. The world temperature would have to increase by 96 degrees. It can't grow in anything with the internal temperature of 94, and they throw all the numbers at us, right? Because we're still living 2023 COVID, but then that kind of tells us, okay, so something had to have happened, right? Global warming, something had to happen with the earth for the fungus to evolve and to start growing into us, right? Because that's how science works. Video game knowledge. Boom. And the first episode's about an hour and a half tops, and I would say that kind of goes along the same hour and a half tops that you play in the video game. It sets up the ground story of a torture storyline that we're gonna get, because if you remember playing the video game, you remember all the gut-wrenching moments we've had. I'm excited to see the clickers. I'm excited to see how it's going to be changing the overall story arc. I'm really just excited overall in general for this. We're going to be doing this every Sunday, so catch us here. But one of the best things is a lot of the nods and tidbits that we get to other characters, like when Marlene was like, was Riley just a terrorist? Now if you play the DLC, you'll know that Riley was one of Ellie's friends from when they were kids. Like, if I remember correctly, I think there was like they go to a circus theme park or whatever, and then there's a couple, like another hour and a half story from that. But I mean, it's been a couple of years since I played the DLC, but I mean, she said it. I'm like, just the overall story, how we're meeting these characters, and let me just tell you, Pedro Pascal, Gabriel Luna, closest kind of main hitters right now, are doing very well. Everybody that they've casted so far, let's just say, has just, I just thought they've been really great, and I'm just excited for what's to come. And let's take this every step of the way with a grain of salt, right? For video game players, it's like, we want it to be good so bad, but at the same time, I'm open to the changes, and so far, I'm really liking them. Like I said, the video game curse could be broken. We won't know until we get to episode 9, which is 9 weeks, because every Sunday, 9 o'clock, we're gonna be here. We're gonna be reviewing these. But if you also haven't been playing Last of Us, play it. Play Last of Us 2, if you want to get the remastered versions, pay all the other extras, whatever. It's, of course, PlayStation Plus premium package that comes with it. Last of Us 2, yeah, you know why. But the first one, chef's kiss. It's just, So, but yeah, guys, catch us here next Sunday. I'm going to be reviewing this one part of the channel. Once again, thank you for making 2022 a great, memorable year for us in the channel and how we've grown. It's been a wonderful thing to watch from the background. Most of you guys know I'm the background guy. I kind of do all the video technical editing, the PR work, and all the other stuff. So while Neezy takes the front camera, but I told him for this one, I really wanted to review Last of Us. So, hopefully 2023 be getting in front of the camera a little bit more. Our team is ever going to be growing, and we just look forward to having you guys with us on the journey. So we'll catch y'all next Sunday.